Well, hi. This is another segment of my midweek greeting. We've been struggling if we should give it a title, but I haven't figured out one yet. I just wanted to take a moment to say hi again, let you know that things are still going just fine. I had a visit with my doctor, a routine visit, one of those things you have to do in order to get your prescriptions renewed, and she was talking to me about church and such. Asked me what we were doing for church, for worship, and told her that we're recording the services, putting them on YouTube, and she was apparently also in her church either watching similar kinds of recordings or maybe watching live streaming broadcasts of worship services. And she mentioned about how she, like so many of us, missed that gathering, the face-to-face companionship, being all together, but that she also had to admit she really enjoyed being able to worship in her pajamas. It makes me wonder if we shouldn't have a pajama day when we finally do get to regather. In fact, honestly, we've been thinking a lot about what we should do and what we shouldn't do when we do finally regather. And there's all sorts of concerns and suggestions and advice about the things you really have to consider if you're going to pull people back together. So we'll be giving that careful thought and make sure that you have some clarity about what we think is best when the time is right. I told my doctor that I'd heard that the state of Maryland had to pass a law that required people to put on their pants to go out and get their mail. A lot of us have apparently gotten really comfortable at home, worshiping in our pajamas, stepping out onto the porch to get our mail without really considering the world around us. It's like the more closed in we are, the less aware we are of the world around us and their needs and the fact that they're even there. It is one of the potential hazards of this stay at home time that we develop such a new pattern, such a new way of thinking, such a new normal that we become a little too inwardly focused and a little too outwardly oblivious, as if that weren't already a big a natural concern among human beings. So I do want to encourage you now and then to give some time for prayerful thought. The people out there, those folks you know and the ones you don't know, the ones who are perhaps struggling in ways that you don't understand. We know that some of our folks have had immediate family members who've had the virus, and some have passed away with it. And we certainly lift them up in our prayers and offer our continued condolences for them. The virus is a whole lot more real than it is perhaps for a lot of the rest of us. I was sharing with my daughter and texting that, frankly, most of the people that I know um, uh, are either working in what we call the essential jobs or were retired to begin with. So they've not experienced, personally a lot of lost income. I do know some who run small businesses and they've been struggling, trying to figure out how to take care of their employees and maintain their business. But most of the people I know, aren't really suffering a lot other than they're maybe missing their favorite restaurant and miss gathering together in public with people. But My daughter was quickly able to run off a list of people she knew who had been laid off or furloughed or had their salary cut significantly or their hours cut significantly, and who were indeed struggling financially. And we know that there are all kinds of financial response to help those folks, but maybe there's a way that each of us can provide some further comfort and support of the people who are struggling financially through these difficult times. And I think it's good for us to at least give some thought to them, as well as those who are sick, as well as those who are, out there working in the hospitals and nursing homes and putting themselves at risk to help bring comfort and healing. We got to keep looking outward, even as we have to maintain our personal concerns. I hope that you'll continue to have the eyes to see the many places that God is at work and the many ways in which you are still able to make a difference in the lives of the people around us. God bless you. I hope to get to see you again soon. Bye bye.